I took my girlfriend of 6 years to a wedding. She left me passed out in our hotel room to cheat. So yeah, this still feels like a fever dream I haven't woken up from. Last Friday, I took my girlfriend, well, ex-girlfriend now of 6 years to a family wedding. She was my plus one. She'd spent the last few years talking about kids, a house, our future. She even helped pick out names for our future children. I thought we were rock solid. Safe. You know, like the kind of relationship that could handle anything. Spoiler alert, I was wrong. The wedding was beautiful. Everyone was dressed to the nines and the open bar was flowing. I went hard on the drinks. Not proud of that, but it's a wedding and I was surrounded by my family. I felt good, safe, and in love. She looked stunning. The kind of girl people stare at a little too long and you get that proud, lucky to be with her feeling. Except, turns out I was the fool in the room. Toward the end of the reception, I caught her talking to some random dude. Too close. Too flirty. You know when you see something and your gut just yells at you? That? I was nuclear level drunk at that point and didn't trust myself to react properly, so I let it slide. I figured maybe it was harmless. I'd ask her about it later when I was sober. But when the venue closed and we all started heading out, I did pull her aside. I told her straight up if she wanted to mess around or if something happened with that guy to just tell me. I even said we could end things on a clean, respectful note. No drama. Just honesty. She swore up and down nothing happened. Gave me that how dare you even ask look. So I dropped it. I also confronted the dude. I was drunk but not blind. I told him I saw the way he was hovering and that if something went down I'd find out. He denied it. They both did. And again I was stupid enough to let it go. We got back to the hotel. I passed out. She didn't. I woke up alone in bed around 5 a.m. Thought maybe she was in the bathroom or had gone to get water or whatever. I didn't question it too much. But looking back now, that silence? That absence? That was the moment everything changed. The next day she acted like nothing happened. Smiling, laughing, touching me like everything was normal. We checked out and I drove us both home. She even started being extra flirty, like in-your-face flirty. On Sunday she kept coming on to me saying how horny she was and how she missed me. But I couldn't shake the gut feeling that something wasn't right. So I didn't give in. I just couldn't. Then Monday came. And the truth showed up. So Monday night rolls around and I'm finally starting to calm down from that weird gut-twisting weekend. I still didn't have proof of anything. Just instincts. And yeah, maybe some people can brush that off, but I've never had a gut feeling this strong about someone before. Like something deep in my bones was screaming, you don't know what happened that night, but it wasn't good. Then out of nowhere, one of the groomsmen hits me up. He's not even someone I talk to regularly, we're cool but not close. So I knew he didn't owe me anything. But this dude came through like a guardian angel or some divine intervention. He tells me, hey man, I don't know how to say this, but I saw your girl making out with some dude at the reception. Twice. I thought you should know. I felt my stomach hit the floor. I asked for details. He told me the first time was at the venue, right after I'd stumbled out to the restroom or something, and the second time was later in the hallway of the hotel. Apparently he saw them walk out together, and not long after, she came back alone, fixing her dress. I was shaking. I knew something was off. I knew it. So I start calling around, piecing together what happened like some pathetic drunk detective. I asked a couple other people who were at the wedding and I kept the questions vague, just stuff like, hey, did you see X's name after the venue closed? Or do you remember who she left with? And a few responses aligned too closely for comfort. Same guy. Same timeline. Same shady vibes. Now here's the part that really stings. I confronted her again, calmly this time, and laid out everything. The groomsmen. The timeline. The questions. I told her I already knew the truth, I just wanted her to admit it. And after a long pause, she finally did. Just blurted it out like it was a minor mistake. Said she was drunk and confused and didn't know what came over her. The usual script. But here's the thing. She didn't cry. She didn't break down or beg for forgiveness. She said it like she was reading lines from a play. Like she'd been rehearsing it in her head all day, just waiting to see if she'd get caught before deciding what version to tell. And I swear to God, at that moment I didn't even feel heartbreak. I felt disgust. Not just at her, but at myself too. For trusting her. For taking her hand and bringing her into my world. For thinking I was building a future with someone who didn't think twice about destroying it in one impulsive night. After her half-assed confession, I just sat there in silence. You know that moment where your brain goes completely still but your chest feels like it's about to cave in? That was me. She tried to play it off like it was a mistake, like she was so drunk she didn't even know what she was doing. But I've been drunk around her hundreds of times. Hell, we've both been messy drunk together. Not once did cheating come into the picture. So no, I don't buy the blackout excuse. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just stared at her, this stranger I've been living with for 6 years. This person I thought I knew better than anyone. All I could say was, why didn't you just tell me when I gave you the chance? She didn't have an answer. Just shrugged. Like it was nothing. Like I hadn't spent the last quarter of my life building something with her. What really messes with me is what happened after the confession. She didn't try to leave. Didn't pack a bag. Didn't go to a friend's house. She just stayed. Sat on the edge of her bed, scrolling her phone, occasionally glancing up at me like I was overreacting. Like her actions didn't just nuke the entire life we were building. You know what finally pushed me over the edge? I remembered checking Instagram the morning after the wedding and seeing that she followed the dude. That random guy she made out with twice. Not a single other person from the wedding. Just him. And when I asked her about it then, she shrugged it off. I thought maybe I was being paranoid, so I dropped it. But now? Now I see that for what it was, a digital breadcrumb trail she forgot to cover. And here's the real kicker: on Sunday, before I found anything out, she was throwing herself at me. Saying how horny she was. Trying to seduce me like everything was fine. Like she didn't just cheat on me hours before. It's like she was trying to overwrite the guilt with sex. As if she could convince herself and me that nothing happened if we just went back to normal. But I couldn't. Something in me was already broken. I didn't have proof then, but I had that unshakable gut feeling. And you know what? I made a decision that day to stop searching. I said if something did happen, God or the universe will show me without me needing to dig. And damn, did it deliver. The days after her confession felt like watching a slow-motion train crash that I couldn't stop. I wasn't even angry anymore, just hollow. Like someone scooped my insides out and left me on autopilot. I went to work, I ate meals, I answered texts, but none of it felt real. The only thing I could really feel was the weight of everything I just lost. I know people say cheating is just a mistake, but nah, it's a series of choices. Choices she made while I was literally sleeping in the same hotel room we booked together. Choices she made while I was dancing with my cousins, talking about future vacations and drunk laughing about how we'd someday tell our kids about this wild wedding. Yeah, kids. She spent the last 2 or 3 years talking nonstop about marriage and babies. We even had a list of baby names on a shared note. She used to send me houses on Zillow just for fun. And now she's locking lips with a dude she just met twice on a night that was supposed to be ours. Want to know the part that'll haunt me for years? The look in her eyes after I confronted her. No tears. No guilt. Just this flat, cold, almost irritated expression. Like she was mad I found out. Not that she did it. Just that I knew. That's when I realized I wasn't the love of her life. I was the safety net. The steady option. The one she kept around because I was stable, supportive, and didn't give her reasons to worry. But the second excitement or danger walked in, I was benched like a backup quarterback. And what really drives the knife in? I think she planned on never telling me. She probably thought she could ride the high of that night, bury it under guilt, and keep building this fake future with me like nothing ever happened. Like I wouldn't notice. Like I didn't matter. She still hasn't moved out. Still sleeps in the bed. Still asks if I want takeout or if I want to watch our shows. Like I'm just supposed to forget. I haven't told many people yet. Only a couple friends. My family doesn't even know. I think part of me is still processing that it actually happened. That someone I trusted with my future tossed me aside for a few minutes of attention at a damn wedding. I don't know what's next. But I know one thing for sure, I'll never unsee who she really is now. I don't remember the exact moment I decided I was done. But I do remember how quiet it was. No shouting. No big dramatic scene. Just me sitting on the couch one night, looking at her scrolling on her phone like she hadn't ripped a hole through our entire relationship. That's when it clicked. She didn't feel guilt. She felt inconvenienced. So I stood up, walked into our shared bedroom, and started packing her stuff. Slowly, one drawer at a time. She came in like, "What are you doing?" And I just told her, "You're leaving. Today." And for the first time in days she looked shocked. Not sad. Not sorry. Just surprised that I wasn't begging or bargaining. That I wasn't offering forgiveness on a silver platter like she clearly expected. That I wasn't the nice guy anymore. She asked if we could talk. I said we did. She said it was just a mistake. I told her a mistake is dropping your phone in the toilet. Not sneaking off to a hotel room to cheat while your boyfriend's passed out from drinking. She tried to hug me. I stepped back. I told her she had an hour to call someone or figure out a ride. But she was out before sundown. And just like that, she left. No tears. No apology worth hearing. No explanation that could glue back the pieces. She just left. I can't lie, though. After she was gone, the silence in the apartment was deafening. You spend 6 years with someone, and then suddenly their toothbrush is gone and the bed feels too big. It's like breaking up with a ghost. Everything reminded me of her. The half-used lotion bottle in the bathroom. Her coffee mug on the counter. The dog she begged me to adopt, now curled up next to me like he knew I was hurting. But the silence slowly became my sanctuary. I started to breathe again. No more waiting for the other shoe to drop. No more walking on emotional eggshells. I started to sleep better, eat better. My friends started hearing from me again. I went to the gym. I got a haircut. I threw out the damn baby name list. It still hurt, yeah. But that pain? That was mine. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like I owned it instead of letting it own me. The weirdest part of heartbreak is how it hits you in waves. 1 minute you're fine, making breakfast, scrolling through your phone, and the next you're on the kitchen floor because her Spotify is still connected to your speaker and some sad-ass love song comes on that she used to sing in the shower. Healing isn't some dramatic montage where you suddenly glow up and forget everything. It's slow. It's messy. Some days you feel like you're finally okay. Other days you want to text her just to scream. Not to fix anything. Just to make her feel something. Anything. But I didn't. I kept that promise to myself to not chase someone who tossed me out like a napkin. I started writing more. Journaling. Not to be poetic, but just to get the poison out of my system. I stopped trying to figure out why she did it. Because honestly, That part didn't matter anymore. Her reasons, her justifications, her warped sense of loyalty, none of that changed what she did. I did, however, start figuring out me. I realized I'd spent years being the safe guy, the one who never rocked the boat. Always compromising, always trusting, always showing up. And while those are good things, I had let it slide into self-erasure. I ignored gut feelings. I downplayed when things felt off. I let love override boundaries. Never again. I've had a few people tell me I dodged a bullet, and I get what they mean, but it didn't feel that way. It felt like I got shot after 6 years of helping build the gun. But still, I survived it. These days, I'm not quite happy yet. But I'm free. And peace after chaos feels a lot like joy. I've gone back to the basics. Morning walks, podcasts, family dinners, learning to sit with myself without needing someone next to me to feel whole. She's just gone now. A name I scroll past in old texts. A face I skip on my camera roll. A story that used to hurt like hell but now just feels like a scar I can live with. A few weeks ago, I ran into someone who was at that wedding. Just a random mutual we both knew. We made small talk, caught up, and then, right as I was about to leave, he said, "Hey, I heard about what happened." Sorry, man. That was F*** get up. And I just shrugged. Not in a fake, I'm fine way, but in a real, free kind of way. Because it was F*** get up. And I survived it. I didn't need to pretend anymore. I didn't spiral. I didn't beg her to stay. I didn't become bitter or start hating all women. I just moved forward. Limping at first, sure. But forward all the same. And you know what the wildest part is? I'm grateful. I'm grateful she showed me who she was before we had kids, a mortgage, a life too tangled to undo. I'm grateful I got to see the truth, raw and painful as it was. Because now I'll never ignore my gut again. I'll never shrink myself to fit someone else's broken loyalty again. I'll never beg someone to love me right. I don't know if karma's real, and I'm not sitting around hoping she gets hers. That's wasted energy. I don't want revenge, I want peace. And for the first time in a long time, I actually have it. This isn't the story I wanted to tell about our 6 years together. I would have loved for it to end in laughter, not betrayal. But it is the story I needed, the one that cracked me open, forced me to rebuild, and reminded me I'm a whole damn person on my own.